Yo, it's crypto blood, Detroit flow, screaming from the D, knowing what to show. Indicators are wrong point, OG since 12, invested in trade, living life like a pro. I'm Rucker, Jerry, and just blood too. Bad motherfucker, but in a good way, boo. Got my eyes on the charts, ain't no time to sleep. Get that money, gotta keep it creep. That's my crypto blood, Twisted Toasters on the line. Stacking my coin, got the market on my mind. Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum too. Cash is king, but I'm looking for a new move. I know the culture of the markets like the streets. Got my finger on the pulse, can't nobody beat. I see the trends, I see the flow. Got my strategies in place, you know.
Stacking my coin, stacking my coin, stacking my coin, stacking my coin, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, cash, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, cash, stacking my coin, stacking my coin, stacking my coin, stacking my coin, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, cash, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, cash. Since I was born, been stacking my coin. These niggas pop, my money keep growing. Your girl is a thot, she all on my groin. She blowing my horn, we fuck like porn. These rappers is whack, they lyrics is corn. I'm getting this money, it never get born. I'm loading my strap, they calling the law. Fuck around and you clap, for running your jaw. If it ain't about the dollars then it don't make sense. Got me sipping brown water but it ain't from Flint. Trying to chase all this bread though the shit won't last. About to shut the city down like a crypto crash. Stacking my coin, stacking my coin, stacking my coin, stacking my coin, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, cash, Bitcoin.
Fuck it! Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Okay. Ready?
Fucking thing sucks! We'll do it live.
That's right, ladies and gents. We're doing it live. We got a tutorial all about Bloodalytics, Scalpalytics Pro V2 out right now for Bitcoin and Ethereum. We will be launching it for all of the other pairs. Hopefully it will roll out. I'll be able to roll out Solana BNB this week. That's the plan. Just depends on how the back testing finishes up. If all the optimizations look good, we'll roll that out. But for now, V2 is available for Bitcoin and Ethereum at no additional cost to you. Any upgrades that I do for Scalpalytics Pro while you're a member is free. All right, so eventually I will update SUI XRP. Hopefully that's the following week. And I will actually even upgrade the Silver's futures chart. I have like 2 people subscribed to that one. So I will be upgrading that at some point in the near future as well. Upgrading all of the logic. 2.0 comes with just improved logic, some improvements on labeling. We got a new, I call it kind of a third dimensional. It's basically a third way of looking for secondary trades. I call it turbo trades. That's been implemented in V2. We have weekend toggling, so now you can turn on weekend trades or turn it off. It's off by default. I don't suggest trading over the weekends. You're just going to lose money. You might win one weekend, but if you zoom out, and that's what quant trading is all about, looking at statistical probabilities, right, over time. And over time, I don't see it being very profitable to trade crypto nowadays over the weekends. Maybe Sunday, but Sunday is technically is to you. Let me know in the chat room, but Sunday to me is the start of the week. Technically it is, right? So Sunday we do allow trades to go, I think, off Sunday evening, I believe. I'll have to double check. We can take a look at that in today's episode as well. I know my personal scripts, I do have Sunday opening up around 5 p.m. Eastern Standard. I allow trades to start looking for trades around that time on Sunday. Other than that, Nothing on Saturday at all. Nothing on Saturday, and we kind of shut down on Friday afternoon / evening, 5 p.m. Just depends on where you are in the country or in the world. 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time when we shut it down over on Scalpalytics Pro 2.0, as well as we did for V1. V1 is still available. I'll drop a link to the V1 link in the chat room tonight, and it's already actually available and pinned in the Telegram room. In addition to the weekend toggling trade feature, that's new. Also, what's new? A couple of people have been asking about this. The time frame filtering for cleaner and higher probable or probability trades. So the whole thing about V1 was that I was stressing it to you. Trade only around. You can trade the Euro or London zone if you would like, but I like to trade and see the most success when trading during the New York session. So that's when I was telling you guys to do that in V1. Now in V2, I have it programmed in there for you from the UX UI standpoint. You can now basically, well, by default on the chart link that you get when you sign up, it's already set up that way. It's going to start looking for trades at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Friday, and any trades that you're in after 5 p.m. it will not toggle to a new trade. So if you're long and it is looking to go short after 5, it's just going to close the trade out and we'll start over again 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time the next day. That's how that works. Again, I was just talking about in V2, we have also upgraded trade logic, a much cleaner and clear chart labeling system. So we'll take a look at that. I mean, it's pretty self-evident. Yeah, so let's go ahead and take a look at Bloodalytics Scalpalytics Pro V2 2.0. You guys got any questions? Drop them in the chat room. I will surely take a look at it and get back to you. So let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. Drop me some love. Show me some love in the chat rooms right now, ladies and gents. I would appreciate that. Round of applause to everyone who's watching right now this evening. We did stream earlier today, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard. So what Scalpalytics Pro 2 is, it is a 1-minute scalping system. So, you know, it is considered a scalp for sure. Definitely a scalping system, and for sure is a scalping system now, because guess what? We close out, we end up going flat at the end of the day. So it's a day trading scalping system. Looking for no more than really, typically in a day we would get maybe 1%, 1.5%, 1.25% on a winning trade. Now today was an exception. So we did trade Ethereum live this morning at 11 a.m. I took this short right here and we toggled back and forth. Actually, I took the short right here. I didn't even get in right at the entry, which was right here. I got in here at couldn't have been right there. Where did I get in? Must have been, oh, here. I was way out too far. So here was the entry at 10:15. We ended up getting in the short right here at 11. That's when I went live. So I placed the short and we kind of toggled back and forth. Very tight consolidation here for Ethereum, which is not normal. However, it's normal in this case because guess what? Markets are closed. U.S. markets were closed today. Really, we shouldn't have been trading. Shouldn't have been trading. Because you don't get real clear directions. Like if this was a normal day of trading, we would have gotten a clear direction up or down, maybe one flop or grope, and then we would have been off to the races, and you would have been able to go home and kiss the babies and the wife. You wouldn't have had to go back and forth, which I didn't end up doing. I just had my stop loss on that trade, so I took an L right there on that short. But even if you would have continued trading today on a day off, US was closed, you would have just got chop suey, which is basically why I tell you not to trade on over the weekends. What we see here is what you get over the weekends. Very low volume, no real conviction to the upside or downside, and you end up churning and losing money. So this is why you have, this going on today. Now again, as I stated before, now with the new system, we close out at 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock, close out, boom, we out of here. Oh, actually, that was a 50% take profit. So that was a 50% take profit right there on this long if you would have traded that. But again, it would have been a losing day today. Now, typically, you do get a lot more conviction in the markets over the week during a normal weekday of trading. But today was a day off. It was a bank holiday. Stock market was closed. An example would be here. This is right at the onset of Friday session, which was 9:30. We would have gotten that trade to go long. We flopped and groped twice. So we went long here, turned around and tried to get short, then we turned back around the opposite way and went long, and that was the winning trade for the day. Right there, took 50% of our profits. Right there, another 25 here, 25 and 25. So that's typically the type of trades we tend to see during the day. I'm going to do one more push to the script, maybe later tonight. And it's just cosmetic. So I'm going to increase the size of our labels because currently they're a tad bit too small. You have to really kind of zoom in to see them. So I will be pushing an update so that we have, because I'm like zoomed at 100%, which is no zoom at all, right? If I zoom in 125, you can see them better. But by default, I need them to look like this. On your browser at 100% or at no zoom. So I'll be fixing that. The price under these labels is just telling you where that action took place in that particular ticker. So and this is based on Binance. So you would have gone short here at 1976.13 on Ethereum. Again, today, Monday, closed session, flopping and groping all over the place. So no real action there. But today, I'm going to go over how you can essentially add this to your own chart. So once you sign up, you'll get a link. This link, actually, you'll get this link. It's a public link, but if you're not signed up, if you're not subscribed to Scalpalytics Pro, the script won't work. So it'll just be an empty, it will have Ethereum on here, but it won't have the meat and potatoes, right? The actual scalping system overlaid on the chart. So, but you do get this link, and then you can use this link, and basically you should bookmark this link, whichever setup you sign up for, right? If you signed up for Solana BNB or the SUI XRP Scalpalytics Pro, you'll get separate links for those. But bookmark that link, because what happens is anytime I do pushes like updates, whether it is a software update or a parameter update, sometimes we may, and because this is V2, there may be a couple iterations of parameter changes over the next couple of weeks as I get more data in from my and I'll show you this really quickly, from my software, proprietary software I built for basically honing in and getting the parameters correct and set for us. So to give us the best set of combinations for profitable trades for each pair. So over the next week or two, or even maybe 3, we may get some updates to the parameters. So you want to bookmark that link that you get when you sign up for Scalpalytics Pro, because that'll be where you can, you know, copy the updated parameter list or configuration onto your chart, and you'll be up to speed. But again, I'll update you whenever we have a new push on new parameters or an actual software update, which will be one tonight, where I actually increase the tooltip sizes so you can see them a little bit better. Now, any software update, you will get you'll get like it's a purple. There's like a purple icon that you'll see. If I ever do an update, you'll see that, and it'll say, do you want to update your chart? And you can say yes, and it'll refresh with the new software, like the new script, the actual new code. And matter of fact, I can do the update right now, honestly. Fuck it, we'll do it live, ladies and gentlemen. Let's do it live. Let's do it live. So I'll update the tooltip now while we're doing it live. If you have any questions, drop them in the chat room right now. If you have questions and you're watching this after the live stream, definitely leave a comment in the section below, and I'll answer. Or you can just drop your question in the Bloodalytics Telegram room for all members. And you should actually, if you're a member, you receive, and you're not in the Telegram room, just check your email, because I did send out, I believe over the weekend, there was an email sent out with the link to the chat room, to the Telegram room. So if you're an active member right now, you have an email from Bloodalytics with a link to the Telegram room. So make sure you check your email, maybe your junk, I don't know, but definitely check that out. Let's go ahead and do an update. And actually, I don't think I can update it from here. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, so I can update it. So let me just update the tooltip size. Maybe I did update it. I actually thought I did update. Maybe I just didn't push it. Let's go see. Let's go see. So I'm going to scroll down to where the tooltip section is and see about that size normal. So currently it's normal. We want to make this, I think I'm going to make this large. I think I'm going to make this large. So let's go ahead and make this a large tooltip instead of normal. Right here. So we're going to go dot large. And I'm going to hit save. I hate the way it does this for publishing scripts. It creates a whole new script instead of saving, like updating the one that it's very strange how they do that. Maybe let me do this, because I don't want to do a new one. So what I'll have to do is let's find Scalpalytics Pro 2.0 like this, and then I'll go here. You want to save? No. Oh, it says a working copy too. I don't know why it's doing that. Alright, so we're just gonna have to do it from here. I'll just do it with this one, and it's gonna make me save a whole new script. So let's go down here, change this to large, and let's get a little music in the background, shall we? Let's get a little music in the background. Let's do that. I don't want to work in silence. Alright, so that has been updated to large. And if I add to, let's add it to chart and just see what it looks like now. I'm going to zoom out to 100%, add to chart, and let's see how this looks now. Now by default, it's going to show the original quantity and signal label, so I take those off to see how they look. Do we want to go a tad bit bigger? Let's go one larger than that. Let's go, I think it's only one more to go. Huge. I could go auto, but I don't know what auto looks like. Update on chart. I don't see a difference. I don't really see a difference. Do you guys see a difference? I don't see a difference. Yeah, that's strange. Let's go over here. Bye. Strategy. Oh, add label. It's here. It's in this function right here. Let's go up here. I was changing the wrong one. So let's do size large, and then we'll change that back to normal down here. Normal. Update on chart. Alright, this should fix it. And see if this makes it a little bit bigger for us. That's pretty damn big. But I think that looks better than normal. Yeah, I think that looks better than normal for visual purposes. So all I have to do now is styling's already off. Now all I have to do is copy the parameters from the original one, which I'll just open in a new screen here. I'm gonna have to do it for both Bitcoin and Ethereum. So let's just go ahead and do that really quickly. We'll start with Bitcoin. So the parameters for Bitcoin is going to be 0.3092 for the stop loss. So stop losses are very tight. A third of a percent for Bitcoin. And in the money, so what in the money is essentially the threshold at which we start looking to taking profits, and it's actually the threshold at which we do our first 50% take profit. So if you ever want to change this, know that you're changing also, and maybe I'll put a tooltip here. I'll put a tooltip up here right now that says what this is as well. So we'll do that live as well. So let's do that really quickly. Just add a little tooltip to this one. Bada boom, bada bang. Here it is right here. And we'll go up to in the money right here. Add a tooltip variable in this one. And this tooltip will say also your first take profit fresh. Also your first take profit which will be 50% TP. So it will take profit at that threshold. Once we meet being above 0.5%, then we will take profit on that. Made a mistake here. Oh, I'm outside of bracket. That might help to be inside the bracket and take away that bracket. So we'll go inside here. I thought I did that. So this should work now. Let's update and save. All right, so now we have a tooltip here. You can see, tells you exactly what this is. So in the money is your first take profit, which is 50%, right? And then anything above that threshold of 0.5%, basically, you're going to 0.535, just a little bit tad higher than 0.5%, right? Half of a percent. Just above that, then you're going to start looking for the script is going to start looking for additional take profits above that threshold. So let me come back over here to continue filling in the parameters that we have for Scalpalytics Pro V2 on Bitcoin. So 9.17. I actually need to do a tooltip here as well. Probably should, but I'll do that later because I just want to quickly update this and push it so I can show you what it looks like when the script is updated, and you'll get a notification. Brit VR, not altcoin season. No, my friend, not altcoin season. I mean, it is. If you are no, I'm just gonna be honest with you. Not altcoin season. I was gonna try to make it sound right, but no altcoin season. So 9 and 17, which is basically 1 hour shifted. So this is really 8 a.m. Eastern Standard and 16 military time. So that's 5 o'clock Eastern Standard. Here's your enabled weekend trading. Right, I don't do that, so that's going to be unchecked. We're going to be 0 on the shift. So what shift is, and I'll show you once I update everything. Shift is basically going to say, okay, let's say we got a trigger on this bar. If you want to pause or wait X amount of bars, you can do that with the shift. So shift can be, I don't know how many bars out we can go with Pine Script, but yeah, once an action to go long occurs, maybe you want to wait a couple of bars. Well, you can do that with shift. You can wait a few bars, maybe for a pullback, and then execute that trade. I've not optimized any of the scripts with shift. I should add that as a variable for optimization, but currently I do not have that. Maybe that'll be something I work on in a couple of weeks. Maybe we can find something good that's reliable and works consistently with the shift. So 2, 5, we want to go negative 0.0264, negative 0.0313. We got 17.0 828. And then we have 200 on the PD. Turbo trade. Oh, yep, that's all good. 399, 399. Turbo trade parameters are going to be 8 and 0.04, which we already had. Just double checking these parameters really quickly. All right, all that looks good. So remember, this is on the 1 minute. It's on the 1 minute chart. Okay, so you're on the 1 minute. You're going to, by default, how this works in PineScript or in TradingView, by default, the 1 minute is only going to show a window of, like, this goes back to February the 2nd. But that date is always moving forward because as that end date or start date continues going forward, it kind of shifts. So your profitability factor is going to look differently every day or even every other hour. So you can't worry about what you see here, because if we go out to like the 30-day, you'll see, you know, the equity curve looks much better. If I have everything set straight. I don't. I still need to set up the right trading size, which is going to be, we're going to do oh, we do have commission in there. That's another thing, like all of my signals do include commission. Slippage is going to vary, but it's not going to be much off basis from what you see. And this needs to be on every tick. And just double checking everything here. Make sure we got all the parameters straight. 09, 535, 50, 30. Enable 917. It's supposed to be 17. Let's reset here. That's supposed to be 17. What else? 25, 25. 17.828, 200, 30, or 399, 2, 399, 8, 04. Let's just see if that matches this one. And for some reason it doesn't. What do we have off here? Is that a different version than I got right there? Let's see here. 6. Oh, you know what's going on? I'm copying the wrong parameters. I was copying Bitcoin. So, stupid me, I'm copying the parameters from Bitcoin. So let me copy the parameters from Ethereum, ladies and gentlemen. That will make a total difference. All right, so let me go into the Ethereum parameters and copy those. I'm like, doesn't make sense. The profitability was looking way off. So let's do this. 0.4145. We got 0.659. So just above a 0.5% on in the money. So once we get above 0.6% in the position in the money, then we'll take 50% of our profits, and then above that we'll be looking for take profits. Everything above that 0.6% threshold. That's what that means. So 9, 17, we got 0, we got 6, we got 5, we have negative 0.0192, negative 0.0055. We've got 10.984, 200, 399, 2 and 399, and then our turbo, which is our third dimensional trading. Well, basically, it's giving us another dimension of potential second trades to place. Now that's looking much better. That's looking much better. Still not all the way there, so I need to double check some stuff to see what the hell is going on. Oh, we got to do a negative 0.05. There we go. Round of applause. Now we're synced up. Now we're synced up. All right, now we're synced up. So again, if we take a look at this on the 30 days out, which gives us a little bit more historical back testing. And this is on a 1 minute scalp with commission included. Very hard to get above 2%. I mean, a profit factor of 2 when scalping, because scalping you trade more. So the more you trade, the higher the probability of your profit factor being below 2. Maybe, I mean, even a 0.4, 0.3 profit factors, as long as your profitability per trade is above 50%, you'll still be able to make money. You're just gonna have to stomach some of the drawdowns. But this still looks good on the 30-day. That's pretty good. It's actually very good for a scalp. Now that will fluctuate, but it should hover around there for us based on the optimization I've done on this script. I thought it was me when I didn't see anyone in the chat. Sorry, I meant to say no altcoin season this time around. Looks like Bitcoin and Ethereum will control the capital for now. Yeah, for sure. And Solana. Don't forget Solana, buddy. Don't forget Solana. Crypto City in the building. What's going on, brother? Yeah, today we're just doing a evening kind of live Scalpalytics Pro 2.0 overview. I'm updating it live, making the, let's get this out the way. I made the tooltips a little bit bigger, a lot bigger actually. So now what I need to do with this tooltip is remove the quantity and signal labels, and then we'll be good. We should be good now. So that should be nice and big for you to see when we have an entry and when we don't. All right, so what I'm going to do is go ahead and push this live so you guys can see how this all works and how this looks. So I update existing script. I'm going to go to V2 and I'm going to say updated tooltip size increased to large for even better visibility. Crypto City says, is there a certain percentage of max EQ drawdown you don't want to be above? What does EQ mean? Equity? Max equity drawdown? I'm assuming you're talking about max equity. With it just depends on the system, bro. Honestly, if that's what you're talking about, a scalping system, you're gonna get more. It's more aggressive. You're gonna get more drawdown. but also depends on, okay, so yeah, so it also depends on your trade size, right? So if and I'll show you what I mean in a second. Let me go ahead and publish this and update this so you guys can see. Invite only. So this has been updated now with the larger tooltips. All right. Now if I come over here to my other account, I did that so you can see. Oh, I need to save it. So I need to save this. I can close this now. Oh, guess what? I've got to redo all of this. The way they have this done is so weird, bro. Like, I hate unless someone knows a better way. I personally don't. But the way they have this set up is so weird. How you have to do this, let me see, just make sure. Okay, so that's the public one. I know that's for sure is the public one. But now I have to redo the parameters one more time. But now I know which parameters I'm using. So Ethereum 0.4145, 0.659, 5030, 9, 17, 0, 65. Let's just do a copy paste here. Bada boom, bada bang. 10, 9, 8, 4, 200, 399, 399. I think it's 8. Or did we do 10 for Ethereum? I think we did 10. 10, yep, 10.01. Save. Save. All right, so now that I have that saved, if I go over to the link, this is my other account where I am. I've been invited to the Scalpalytics Pro. You should see now for Ethereum. You should see, and I guess you don't. I guess it just updates automatically because I still have the I don't have the old one on there. So if I go over to Bitcoin, it should show the old one here. Nope, it doesn't either. Never mind about the refresh thing. So that's that. So we got that updated. I'm just going to copy this one, which is the published new one with the larger tooltips. I'm going to copy that over to 2 Satoshis on the line. Actually, I don't think that's the new one. My scripts. Let's go. Use on chart. Let's see if those are the same. Oh, they are. So they must have changed the way this works. Let's see here. Yeah, they've definitely changed the way this works. Maybe as of recently as of last time I published. Because I used to have to like re-add the public script and all this crazy foo-foo stuff. Doesn't look like I have to do that anymore. Does not look like I have to do that anymore. But I do have to update my personal one real quick. It still says V3. I don't know. I have to look into this a little bit further. But yeah, I updated the label size so they'll be a little bit larger for you. And it's even more dummy proof for you. Like, you can't make as many mistakes, or I'll basically save yourself from yourself even more with V2, because again, now trades are going to only start searching for new. We're only going to start searching for new trades after 8 p.m. or 8 a.m. Eastern Standard. The way you can see that, I know it's kind of hard right now with the trading sessions on top of the channel or the chart, but if I take the trading sessions away or hide it on the chart, you'll see like where the dark red area stops. That's when the signal is active and looking for trades at that point. That's how you'll know. And then you'll see it goes back to a darker red background at 5 o'clock every day. So you're not even tempted. You're not even tempted to trade anymore. Now, turbo trades are new to V2, and I really like this trade setup because this new trading signal is a secondary or backup trading signal. It's not a main trading signal. It is a backup trading signal for a secondary trade in an existing trade you might be in, or we might be in. So I have to go back and try to find an example of a turbo trade from last week. But back to what you were saying though, Crypto City. So drawdown is all predicated, or it all depends on your trade size. So let's say you have an initial capital of $4,000 trading account, and let's just say you're doing 10x per trade. So let's just say $40,000 per trade. If you're trading 10x on your account, you got a drawdown of 25%, which is not bad for 10x. 10x is in any other industry other than maybe like forex. Forex, you can go up to 50x, I believe, in the US. Non-US brokers, I think you can go maybe 100x. I'm not sure. Somebody who trades forex let me know, but I think it's like maybe 100x. You start getting above 20x, 50x, if you don't know what you're doing, is a recipe for disaster. It's called risk of ruin. The risk of ruin goes up drastically when you start adding that much leverage, because there's less room for mistakes, whether it be from you or from the platform that you're trading on. If they have an outage and you're levered up, Crypto City said he switched to X. Well, X is better anyway, man. YouTube be absolutely on one. But I was saying here, Crypto City, your drawdown all depends. It's relative, right? You might have seen a drawdown of 50%, but that was because I think we had this set at, I didn't have these numbers set properly. I think I had it at like 200,000, but that was supposed to be on a $20,000 account. Yeah, it was. See the 58% drawdown? It was supposed to be on a $20,000 account. So really your drawdown is 25%. Max drawdown. So you got to understand what that means too. Max equity drawdown means that's the worst. Like, that's if you started trading at the absolute worst time in the sequence of trades during this period, from peak to trough. So you would have had to have some bad luck, which is, it is possible. Don't get me wrong. It is possible to start trading at a very unfavorable period in that sequence of trades, in that window of trades, right? Which would have been, it doesn't give me max drawdown time period. I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't tell me when that happens. I mean, I guess we can look at peak to trough. I would assume it's probably from up in this range to down here. So if you would have started trading here, I think you would have seen a 25% drawdown, max drawdown. If you would have started trading on day 0 here at February 10th. And so that's why every person is going to have a different in the short run. The longer you go out, the further you zoom out, that kind of everyone's experience, or kind of what I want to call it, like unless it's a massive, unless you start on a day where it's a huge drawdown, you it's very hard to recover or get on par with everyone else. If you started on a day where you were like max trough was here, and then you had all drawdown, and you drew the account down 50%. Well, guess what? You have to double your account from being drawn down 50%. You have to double your account to get back to break even. So trader 1 and trader 2, if trader 2 started at the trough, at the lowest point, and we go up, he's gonna basically not flip his account, but go up 50%. Two totally different scenarios. So that is the only thing about trading, period. But especially a system like a rules-based system, the only luck, or the where you kind of biting your nails, is when you start. When you first start trading that system, it's going to kind of determine your future growth in the short run. Now, longer term, if that system is profitable, you'll dig yourself out of that hole. But that's an unnecessary hole to dig yourself out of, and it's going to take longer. Your break-even time horizon is extended out months, possibly, right? Versus someone that, but just by the luck of the draw, starts trading during a period where it's a winning streak. You've put yourself in a very, very good position. Crypto City said, yeah, I'm with you. I've been working on my own strategy, as you always recommend if you're trading, and I'm small time trading, trying to compound right now. Yeah. Whether it doesn't matter, and this could be whether you're using strategy that you manually trade, like a discretionary trade. It doesn't matter. The most dangerous part or point in your trading career is when you start, because that's going to determine your time horizon for, where you end up breaking even, or if you never draw down. Luck of the draw. It's the luck of the draw. So, yeah, so the turbo trades, let's take a quick look at turbo trades. If I can try to find some examples, but I'm loving the turbo trades. It really increases. Let me show you how it increases your profitability, by how much. And this is why I love having quantitative trading on deck, because it's clear cut. It's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You see the results immediately. On this sequence, actually, turbo trades don't help you out on Ethereum within this time frame, but I've back tested it, and it greatly increases your profitability. Let's take a look at Bitcoins and see what it is on this time frame. Again, this is a 1-minute chart, so you're updating pretty darn often. It's not like a 5-minute or hour chart where you have 2, 3, 4 months worth of back testing data on the screen in your strategy tester. So it is updating, and that window is very small, so it's updating constantly. So just keep that in mind when you're looking at Scalpalytics Pro. Let's see what it does here for Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, it does help in this time frame, which is from just February 2nd. So 15 days, right? Not even 15, 14 days worth of trading this period. Your profit factor, you can't really see it. Let me zoom it up a little bit, would be 0.6%. So in these 14 days, you would have had a drawdown. If you started right 14 days ago on the 2nd, you would be drawn down here on this one. But with the turbo trades, you would damn near be break even. 0.98 profit factor. You know, your equity curve would just be below unch. Huge difference. Still in the red for these 14 days if you started exactly on February 2nd. Now, if you started on February 5th, you're in the green because your start point is at the trough. So, you know, every person's P&L is going to look slight, and even this one, if you would have started even remotely close to this drop here, which is where we saw a significant drawdown, you would be in a very good position. You would be up pretty damn good. Yep, you'll be up really, really good there. Now, to illustrate even further, this is why I tell you not to, and I'll use let me use Ethereum on this one so you really can see this, right? If I go here, this is why I tell you not to trade or to have time zones where you trade where there's more liquidity, especially on a scalping system like this. You don't want to trade outside of, or you don't want to trade around illiquid periods because you're just going to churn and lose money. So if I take off enable trading hours, look at the drastic difference in profitability when you just have this bad boy, have this thing just trading all day, all night, Monday through, well, Sunday through Friday. Doesn't include weekend. Weekend is going to make it even worse. Look at that, makes it even worse, I believe. Yeah, it made it even worse. If I enabled weekend, disabled filtering for trades, you get a horrible equity curve. Now, the reason I even added this though is because let's say you want to use Scalpalytics Pro on a higher time frame where you're not scalping, because you can. You want to use it on an hour, then of course on an hour chart you're probably not going to want to have or change your filtering periods or widen them out a little bit because you have less bars, right? So it's going to take more bars to form a signal. Yeah, you can have that. You can do that on the weekend. Slower trades, less trades. You can, you know, so the higher you zoom out, you may want to disable altogether trading hour filter and enable weekend trading. I haven't set up any parameter packs for the hour, which would be hour 15-minute would be more like a swing trading system. Maybe like the 15-minute would be like a swing trading system. I haven't calibrated for that. Now going to the 13-minute. Going to the 13-minute here. Just by default, it looks pretty good. I will have to do some more calibration and optimization, which I will be. That's what the parameter packs are going to be for. You're going to be able to purchase one-off parameter packs, and I'll give you like 5 to 10, just depends, 5 to 10 different parameters settings for the Scalpalytics Pro on various time frames, various different assets. You know, gold. We got the silver up there on the 15-minute. But this is versatile. It doesn't have to just be for scalping, but it has been published by default for a scalping system. But you can. This thing is very customizable and adaptable, so you can do a whole bunch with this bad boy right here. So if I enable trading hours, yeah, so to my guess, it is correct. Like, the higher you go in the time frame, you probably want to turn the trading hour filter off, give it more room to breathe, and enable weekend trading. I bet you if I turn this off, it's going to show even a higher profitable. Yeah, it does. They're at 1.6 on the profit factor now, but that drawdown is sick. Drawdown 120% at 10x. So, you know, you have to play with this, and you have the capabilities of doing that right now, but you can just wait for myself to optimize it with my software, which goes through tens of thousands of iterations, finds the best ones, and then I distill those, and I have a whole system for doing that. So I'll be able to find many more optimal parameter configurations than you would, for sure. Then you would just be guessing, you know, punching through numbers and figuring out. Because even though you see something that looks good, it has to actually continue to look good, and you know, you got to be able to track that and all of that stuff. So it's a little it's a method to the madness, for sure. It's a method to the madness. But that is it, ladies and gents. If you have any questions, let me know. I know a lot of people aren't in the stream. This will be available. I'll probably chop this up and make these into small videos on the channel you can watch, and I'll put it on bloodalytics.com as well. But I think there was something else, so see if there's anything else that I wanted to cover for today. I think yeah, I didn't see any turbo trades that I wanted to show you, but yeah, if you have any questions, hit me up in the Bloodalytics Telegram room, or if you have questions, you're not a member, just hit me at algo@cryptoblood.io, or ping me on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. That's about it, ladies and gents. I will check y'all tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Do it live. Trade some more, baby. Let's trade some more. Let's make some more money, baby. Let's make some more money. We're back open tomorrow. U.S. markets open back up. So we're going to be live on deck, making trades, placing trades, kissing. What did it say? Hugging babies, kissing babies, and shaking hands. Like, whatever it say. All right, I'm out of here, people. I'll check y'all tomorrow.
That's thing, nigga. Put your mouth on. Hold on, me brown bread and I kick in my blood mouth.
Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Okay. Ready?
Fucking thing sucks. We'll do it live.
Okay.